Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 10th of season 3 of HTFC. I'm hosting Santiago Molina right here on the mic, and I'm right here with a great co-host, former host of HTFC, Edgar Rodriguez.
Filling in.
How are you feeling?
Emergency
welcome
co-host.
back.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. We
have a very special guest, Santiago.
Very special guest, Mike Ramajo. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, and really thanks for you guys for inviting me to this cool programming that I wish I had the pleasure of hosting when I was here at UCF. But really appreciate you guys.
Welcome back to Nicholson,
Great to have you.
former Nicholson student.
Wow.
Editor out west too.
Man.
We got a big name over here.
Doing big things. Doing big things.
Okay, you guys are just blowing me up here.
Well, we got some 3 really good segments to work on. And then what do you guys think if we jump into the first one?
Let's go.
Let's jump right into it. We're going to be recapping Champions League first leg of the quarterfinals. There were insane games, in my opinion.
Very entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, you have the Arsenal kid. And then, you're reffing. You won. You're chilling.
Beautiful place to start. Beautiful place to start. Like, the performance wasn't great, guys. I mean, away at Sporting, it was always going to be a difficult, tight game. But Havertz, man, clutch. So clutch
He's
late on in the game.
Always clutch for any of the teams he has played. Arsenal, he scored the Champions League goal that gave Chelsea the title in 2020, 2021. He's a really key player. I like him a lot.
And he's been injured for a large portion of this season, but coming back in, it was a beautiful finish. The pass was just perfect. Took the touch, put it into the bottom corner. Man, I was so happy. I was so happy.
It's going to be really interesting to see how Arsenal kind of just navigates its way into the Champions League.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot to play for. Maybe probably League Cup or FA Cup.
Right.
They didn't really kind of pan out for them.
Yeah.
But they're closing in for now, right, into the Premier League. And if they're able to really make a deep Champions League run, which with obviously this result kind of edges them a little closer, I mean, we could be seeing a really good year for Mikel Arteta.
Man, and that's why I'm always so cautious at this time of the year, because I've seen this happen time and time again.
Yeah.
City start turning it on and they catch up. The last 3 seasons,
it's just a really hard part of the season because you have all these games and we've seen all these players getting injured, and then it's like the fact that you have so many games back to back.
Yeah.
They also lowered the actual level of those teams.
Sure.
I mean, we saw it with these games in the Champions League, but we also saw it the week before during the weekend on the national leagues.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great match. I'm happy that Arsenal got the W.
Yes.
I'm a Barcelona fan. We're gonna jump right into it in a minute.
We will.
But happy for you, Edgar, that Arsenal got the W.
You mentioned the cup losses. Now, full steam ahead.
Yeah.
The league and Champions League. If you ask me,
full throttle.
I'll take the Premier League first. That's usually what you see.
I mean, you think about it, it's a long time coming for Arsenal.
For sure. If we get the Prem out of the way, we're going to be competing in the Champions League for the next few years. So give me the Premier League. I'll be happy.
Perfect. All right, we're going to jump into the next game, which is Real Madrid against Bayern.
Ooh.
It was also on that Tuesday. It was a really good game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys got the chance to see it, but oh my God, that was a really good game.
Your boy Luis Diaz scoring again.
I mean,
he's been having a great season.
He's having a great season, and not only him. That top 3, Kane, Olise, and Luis Diaz are killing it.
Unbelievable.
I think they're honestly, when it comes to that trio right there, when we look at Europe's top 3 trio, I think I can kind of include them into that mix.
Yeah.
But Bayern Munich is just a great team overall.
They are a machine.
We mentioned those 3, but then you look outside of that 3 in that team, they're just a really great team.
Yeah. Yes.
And compare it to a Real Madrid team, which they've been struggling.
This season has been.
It was just self-evident, and it was obviously. I'll put it out there. I am a Real Madrid fan. It hasn't been a great season for Madridistas at all, but it was a great game. I will say Real Madrid Champions League, you can't ever really kind of discard them.
Never.
No, never.
Things can happen. The magic of the Champions League, at least for this team, is always possible, but. You have to give credit where credit's due. Bayern Munich really is just a great team. They were able to put in a performance, get the result, and now obviously it's up to them really to see if they can get the job done and advance to the next round.
Now that you mentioned the front row, they have 86 goals so far in the season.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're we've talked about them trying to beat MSN record.
Yeah.
and they might get there.
They
86, and they have plenty of games ahead still.
Yeah. Man, and for Real Madrid, of course, when Xabi Alonso went in there, you thought it was perfect. You thought it was a perfect scenario. Real Madrid getting a club legend in there. Obviously didn't pan out. Now they kind of had to panic with Arbeloa. Already has lost more home games than Xabi did in his tenure, which was short. But Arbeloa has been there for, a matter of months?
I mean,
Not even,
it's just,
so...
I mean, we've talked about the Real Madrid issues for, like, a long time, and it's not a matter of coaches. It's a matter of just, like, it became
the egos.
Yeah.
Ego thing.
Yeah.
We got big stars, and you also have a president that's not taking accountability for anything.
No, not at all. It's going to be interesting to see how Real Madrid finishes the season. Yeah. I mean, I think it's fair to say at this point, La Liga's not going to be. They're not going to win it. I mean, they've just been so inconsistent with just the results in domestic play. I mean, they when you look, who they just played this past weekend against a relegated
Mallorca.
Mallorca losing there as
they
well.
Lost
that was
last minute.
Yeah.
But you think about it. This is we're talking about Real Madrid. They're second in the standings, and then Mallorca, who's somewhere in that relegation battle.
Yes.
You would think a performance has to be merited there from Real Madrid, but even against Mallorca, just in general in La Liga, their performances have been mid at best.
Yes.
And when you look at a team that's full of stars that are egos, all of that. I mean, how do you manage that? Obviously, Xabi Alonso couldn't do that. That I think the whole outburst that Vinicius had with Xabi Alonso after the Clásico it kind of started surfacing a little bit of what it's like to manage at Real Madrid. And then Arbeloa hasn't been. I don't think he's been the guy, and I really don't know if. Even after the season's over, is Arbeloa going to be the guy?
I don't think he's going to continue.
He's not at the level. Yeah. He's not at the level. As soon as they made that appointment, I was like, do they think it's going to get better?
Yeah, me too.
I never thought that.
I mean, still, 2-1 on that score. Yeah. It's an open score, and as you mentioned, we cannot count Real Madrid out in the Champions League.
That game at the Allianz is going to be fantastic.
It's going to be good. But now we're going to jump into my team. And sadly, we lost yesterday. Barcelona against Atletico Madrid 2-0 on Camp Nou. It was really devastating, though. And again, we have this problem. We've talked about the highline. And here another red card in a key stage in the Champions League.
It kills me to see it.
It's just insane. It cannot be happening anymore. You have to do something to fix that.
You would think red cards are a thing from Real Madrid, but to see it in a consistent manner from Barcelona, it's like it's a little bit of a head scratcher because it's not Barcelona at all when it comes to seeing players in their disciplinary ways.
Right, and this one was deadly because Kubarsi gets sent off, and then Alvarez sticks it in the top corner from the free kick. Beautiful finish.
It's beautiful
free kick. But then just the whole game, it's like Hansi Flick cannot adapt. I understand if you want to play a high line against a weaker team, sure, go for it. Right?
Yes.
But against an Atletico Madrid, these games have been explosive all season long.
Yeah.
It always is, right? And you just don't adapt. You keep playing that line sometimes even further up than the halfway line.
Yes.
You don't see any other team doing that.
No,
even aggressive teams as well.
Do that. It's annoying.
He has no plan B for me.
Yes, he has no plan B, and it's annoying because I mean, not only Atletico Madrid but Real Madrid, they have these fast players. I'm talking about Vinicius. I'm talking about Simeone, which is super fast. Mbappe. You cannot play like this because they're gonna be faster than the center backs.
Yes.
No matter.
Yes. They're gonna get beaten
is
every
18
time.
years old. He's gonna be fast. Yes, he's 18 years old. But these guys are literally like they can be in a track competition.
Right.
They can be. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the controversy on this game, but I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yes, the goalkeeper, right?
The goalkeeper starts to play, and then the center back touches the ball with his hand, and he already had a yellow card, So we saw this on the Champions League game between Aston Villa.
This season, yes.
Yeah, this season, Aston Villa against Atalanta. Divo Martinez does the same thing. And then the center back from Aston Villa touches the ball with the hand, and he gets sent off. So
that is one of those where it's like there really isn't a right answer, because like if you literally read the law, it's a handball, it's a penalty, it's a yellow card or a red. The referee's discretion. We saw it last season when we played Bayern at home. Raya did the same thing. I think it was Gabriel who touched the ball. The referee let it go. Obviously, the Bayern players appealed, whatnot. It's just one of those where I honestly don't think the referees know what to do.
I think you mentioned referee discretion, and I think it really is that. Relating to that, I mean, I was watching the CBS broadcast.
I was as well.
And Christina Uncle, who's their, I guess, referee,
the rules expert, right?
Rules expert. She kind of
arguing with Thierry Henry,
but she kind of hit a good point, saying that, you know, she's on team no red card, because it doesn't, you know, him touching the ball with his hand didn't really impact the game at all, and. That argument alone, I kind of agree with that, because I don't think it made any impact. Now, had it any type of implication, let's say in the run of play or something, then maybe we could argue, yes, that's a card right there, and an infraction.
I think the main reason is that Barcelona was so into getting at least one goal that could have been like at least a 1 goal difference for the next leg. You know? Yeah. I mean, Barcelona had 18 shot attempts against 5 from Atletico. Atletico only shot 3 times on goal, and Barca 7. I mean, Juan Musso has been key in Atletico, has been key too. So I guess we'll see what happened. Barcelona has this aura of like remontadas all the time too, but I mean, that's me being super in favor of my team. But we'll see how it is.
Second leg at Metropolitano.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
This was the first time Simeone won at Camp Nou, by the way.
Yeah, 20 years.
In all of his tries.
22 years.
I think after the final whistle, he ran.
He always does, though. He never shakes hands and none of that.
Atletico didn't win in Camp Nou since 2006.
It's I mean, you think about it. The Camp Nou is just, apart from it being a cathedral, it's, you know, it is what it is there. It's like, you know, it's really hard to get a result out of going out into the new camp. And I mean, credit to Atletico. They did it. And, fantastic. You know, they're having somewhat of a season of good fortune, so to say. Obviously, La Liga, I don't think
La Liga is lost.
It's lost for them, but you know, they're definitely, you know, in that Copa del Rey, you know. So, and then with Champions League, who knows? But I don't know. You asked me who goes forward. I think Barca could probably turn things around, just because Barca's just been really good the last 2-3 years.
There's one name though that can change everything. Yeah, Lamine Yamal can change everything.
He has to be on his A game.
Yeah, well, last game of the week, PSG against Liverpool. It was a literally bell to butt, you know? It was 2-0.
Was it even close?
Not even close. And we kind of discussed this because we've seen the level of PSG. They've been getting all this level back from they won the Champions League last year. But Liverpool, you know, big money expenses. We've talked about this before, and not fitting.
Florian Wirtz has been really
nowhere. Obviously, Isak broke his leg against Tottenham a few months ago. Out. Ekitike started the season perfectly. Then they bring Isak in, kill his momentum, kill his confidence. You don't do that to a striker who started the season the way Ekitike did.
Absolutely not.
Salah. Where has he been all season long? At this point last season, he had like 59 goal involvements. This year, he has, 15 max?
He's ready to retire.
It's just ridiculous. Honestly, PSG could have won by 5, could have won by 6. You heard Arne Slot after the game. We were lucky to lose by 2-0. Jamie Carragher after, he was distraught after because he knew. And at Anfield, PSG, I just see the same thing happening again.
Yeah, no,
absolutely. I see PSG beating Liverpool again at Anfield.
Anfield. I mean, Liverpool has 0 shots on goal.
It's ridiculous.
0.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane, you know. I like somehow Liverpool because I used to play FIFA a lot with Liverpool, and that kind of was like the team that I kind of resemble in the EPL.
Yeah.
But it's sad. I mean, low-key happy that they let go Luis Diaz and look what they got themselves into.
But I'm always gonna wonder what was the logic behind letting go of Luis Diaz, because
there was no logic.
Yeah.
I guess there was no. But just look how much Liverpool has been affected with losing a player, as a player who's in a Luis Diaz. It's gone on to hurt them. They brought in Florian Wirtz, as I mentioned earlier, and I don't think that was the answer they were looking for.
Over 100 million.
Yeah, and
for the production he's had,
it's been disappointing. A little underwhelming. And then PSG, the best team in Europe, I think, in my opinion. Just obviously the holders right now for the Champions League, but they are playing like the champions that they are, and I honestly think that PSG is gonna just go on and really just You know,
I
belt to the booty, as you were mentioning there.
I agree to that. Well, but that was everything we have for segment 1. Just stay tuned, stay awake. We're coming in segment 2, and we're gonna talk about Orlando City Soccer Club. Welcome back, everyone, to segment 2, and we're still here. And we're gonna talk a little bit more about Orlando City Soccer Club. By the way, Mike Ramajo right here, you have covered the team many times before, and then especially throughout this last month with this special signing that we're gonna dive into it more.
Yeah.
A little later.
Yeah.
But tell us, what do you see on this team so far?
Yeah, I mean, well, right now it's not looking really good. They just got really beat this past weekend against LAFC 6-0. If I can remember, that was the scoreline, which is the worst defeat in club history. So obviously not looking good. But I mean, look, I guess we can kind of just go back a couple months, because I mean, I think the issue to this, it's a lot more than what we're seeing this season. It goes back to just how last year kind of just ended. So Orlando City, they're in a really bad run right now, and it all kind of, you can kind of really kind of say it all started after that Leagues Cup semifinal game against Inter Miami, which it's weird because
I agree with
that game against Inter Miami, I think Orlando City played its best game of the season, because I mean they could have beat Miami. Now, were there controversial call officiating there? Of course, but obviously that result didn't pan out their favor, so they lost against Inter Miami, and then they played a third place game against LA Galaxy. A third place game, you win it, you get a CONCACAF Champions Cup spot. They're playing against the LA Galaxy, who last year at that point of the season,
abysmal,
a terrible team. So you would think you would go into this game and it'll be an easy game to really just get the result and claim a Champions Cup spot. Didn't happen.
No.
What will go on for the Orlando City for the rest of the season, it would be from that Inter Miami game up until the last game of the season. I'm including playoffs or the wild card game.
Oh my gosh.
1 win in their last 10 games. 1 win in their last 10 games. It was just a downward spiral after that Inter Miami game. Team goes into the offseason. A lot of players, really a roster overhaul kind of ensues. Pedro Galese, out of contract. He's not renewed. He's gone. Rodrigo Schlegel, Argentine center back, sold to Atlas. Cesar Araujo, one of their Uruguayan midfielders, out of contract, ends up signing with Tigres. So a lot of veteran key players depart the team, and in return, Orlando signs, for the most part, several young players.
Unproven.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's weird because the money that was reportedly spent on getting these 3 Brazilian players in Iago, Thiago Souza, and Luis Otavio, reportedly it's about up to $9 million. So there was an investment made here, and they haven't been able to show up for that investment. Season starts, they lose against Red Bull New York. And that was a game where the first half, they were just abysmal.
Can I tell you something, man?
Go ahead.
That was one of the worst first halves of soccer I've ever seen.
I remember seeing the highlights of that game and being like, wait, what? What's happening with this team?
The fact that game was 2-1 beats me.
No, it could have been more.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
Yeah, it
that was
could have
horrible.
been really bad.
And it could have
so
been more.
bad.
Really, really bad.
But we go on to the next game against Inter Miami. Again, another first. This time it was a little
reverse.
First half, Orlando played pretty well against Inter Miami. They were leading 2-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
But then a guy named Lionel Messi shows up and really just put in a performance in the second half. And, Inter Miami had its own remontada at the end of the day. And Orlando's now 0-2 in the season. They go to New York City FC, where
they never do good.
My gosh.
At Yankee Stadium.
5-0 defeat.
5-0, it's insane.
I've been covering this team now for, I'm going to feel old just saying it.
Go for it.
15 seasons now.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'll say it right now, Oscar Pareja is from the time that I've been able to cover the team and know him, he's an overall great professional. But from covering this team and just seeing how the form has just went from one thing to another, considering how things ended last year and then how things were starting this year, I kind of knew that the seat was getting warm for
Yeah.
him. And I just felt bad for him. I remember at the start of this preseason, I asked Oscar a question I kind of got used to asking him every preseason at the start of every preseason. How is the team as far as with player signings? And he would always answer enthusiastically saying, as a coach, I would always want more players. The response I got from him this year was totally different. His tone was down. He was like, yeah, of course we want better players. And I'm quoting him, by the way, quoting and paraphrasing at the same time. But he's like, of course we want better players. And I'm pretty sure they want a better coach.
That response went viral, by the way, Mike.
Yes.
I wasn't aware you asked that question.
It was, and that response, I was just like, that right there signaled things were not.
Man.
Yeah, no. It was totally not
And
fine.
he wasn't content. And obviously the New York City FC game would end up being his last game he would coach. He would continue training up until Wednesday because I was at training that following week. And the training ground just felt so somber. It just felt like something was up. Wow. Obviously, they part ways. I want to put out there, like, we see a lot of media reports that he was fired. He wasn't fired. It was a genuine mutually parting of ways because at that point where Oscar was with the team, the sporting director had one vision on how he wanted to progress the team, and Oscar had another vision. Right. And I think they just genuinely reached a mutually parting of ways. And right now it's Martin Perelman is their interim head coach, and it's not looking good. And now they signed Antoine Griezmann, who is I think a lot of fans would probably want him to come sooner than later because
absolutely.
The season's going right now.
I mean, now that you mentioned this season, 23 goals against, minus 18.
So bad.
Different.
Unbelievable.
Goal. Only 3 points.
They're on pace.
1 win and 5 losses.
Yeah. It's terrible. They're on pace right now on breaking their own record for most goals conceded in MLS.
The worst franchise record, probably.
I think in 2018 they conceded 76 goals, which at that time was an MLS record.
And it's funny you mentioned that year because Orlando City fans always talk about 2018 as being the low. We can't get lower than that.
The worst year of them all.
And this year they're on pace to break that. And you mentioned all the outgoings. I think Alex Freeman going to La Liga, going to Valencia, was it? Or no, Villarreal. I think that was one of the biggest losses Orlando City could have suffered.
I'm always curious to see how that was managed because
it came out of nowhere a little bit.
The thing is, we kind of always knew that Alex Freeman wanted to go to Europe. I mean, you ask any young player, what's the goal?
That's the goal.
Of course.
But with the Alex Freeman thing, it's very interesting because you look at how this team was at that role. Because remember, Alex Freeman is a right back.
Yeah.
A year ago, Orlando City in that position, they had a lot of depth. It was Alex Freeman, their starting right back, and then you can argue that Dargadan Thorhallsson was their second string or their second choice.
Solid player.
And then Kyle Smith was their third choice.
Right.
None of them are with the team right now. And I remember the last game before the regular season started, Orlando played a preseason friendly against Colorado Rapids. And considering now that Alex Freeman departed, they had no one in that role. So they put in Ivan Angulo to play that role. Boy, did he get cooked.
Left wing.
Yes.
Left wing playing right back. That's all you need to know.
And I will mention, I asked Oscar about that during that game, about, Ivan Angulo playing as a right back. Is that something, the team sees going forward? And Oscar was already frustrated because he told me that he responded to me that quote a couple weeks earlier that went viral. But Oscar's like, Ivan's he's not a defender. Oscar was visibly frustrated with the way the team was just constructed, and then goalkeeper wise as well. Pedro Galese, they had Carlos Coronel, a starting goalkeeper with Red Bull New York, all lined up, and then a last minute ditch. He goes out to play to Sao Paulo. Mm-hmm. And then they have to make an emergency goalkeeping signing. They bring in Maxime Crepeau, which, I don't want to say he's a great goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper. But you compare Carlos Coronel to Maxime Crepeau. Carlos Coronel is the one that stands out. And then just going back to the right back role, they go into that opener against Red Bull New York. They don't have a right back. They make an emergency signing. They trade some money and they get Griffin Dorsey, who he's a good right back.
Houston Dynamo.
But he's not Alex Freeman. And
no.
I mean, that's the main key. And then from the aspect of the players that left the team, I have two really close examples because Pedro Gallese ended up signing with Deportivo Cali, which is my hometown club in Colombia.
He's been putting he's been pretty good right now, right?
He's been pretty good. He has saved Cali multiple times. I do want to say that. I mean, he's an international
Orlando could use that
keeper,
saving
you know.
right now.
Oh man.
Yes, and then another one was Luis Muriel, and something really interesting about this player was that his signing came up last minute with Junior de Barranquilla. Last minute, because he was, I mean, for, guys, Luis Muriel, he's from Barranquilla, so the north part of Colombia, and his club from his childhood, it's Junior de Barranquilla. That's why he's playing over there.
Wow.
Okay.
But Luis Muriel came out from the Deportivo Cali Academy, which is one of the biggest
That's incredible.
academies in Colombia.
Of course.
So this whole thing about like, are you gonna go play first for Junior and then Deportivo Cali? How are you gonna leave Orlando? Because he still had contract with Orlando, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
They part away the contract so he could sign over there. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, cool that Muriel's coming to like the Colombian league. But what's Orlando gonna do about this? And they didn't do anything.
Honestly, I never liked that move. I don't know about you, Mike, but once Muriel came into MLS, never got his feet going.
Yeah.
He just looked a bit heavy, looked a bit sluggish.
Yeah.
And coming from Atalanta, by the way, said
Yeah.
was killing it in Europe. And you think, wow, MLS, he's gonna cook over here. Really didn't. Never imposed himself. And it was more Pasalic, for example, on the right side, who was, contributing more. And Gulo had a difficult season last year, already contributing more this year.
Yeah.
Of course, that bar was kind of low, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, Muriel just seemed like a wasted opportunity there.
I think it was because it was a signing that really didn't benefit the team at all. I mean, you look at how last year was. It was to the point where he wasn't even the starting striker anymore. It was Duncan McGuire. But then you look at how Orlando City was able to. Yes, they got rid of Luis Muriel, and now their primary striker right now is just Duncan McGuire. Again, last year they had so much depth in that role. It was Luis Muriel, Ramiro Enrique, which in my opinion should have never been sold.
Yeah.
No, that's
You know,
another
he's-
mind-blowing
He's
one.
killing it right now
Another
in the Saudi league right
yes.
now.
Yeah.
But
it's just
how
poor
you
management,
let a guy like that go? Absolutely.
I mean, now that you mentioned Griezmann coming to the club, of course, big signing, big name, World Cup champion. I mean, we hope he brings better things for the club. We have also seen many names that like linked to the club. We've talking about Casemiro, about even Lewandowski being linked to this club.
But you know what's interesting, Santi? Orlando City are usually a team that heats up later in the season.
yeah.
Last season, we saw the complete opposite. They actually started the season hot.
Yeah.
And then we know they
And then went
capitulated
cold.
at the
That's a good
end. Losing to Chicago Fire in the Wild, in the whatever it's called, in the play-in. I mean, what
That was
happened there?
Well, that was an embarrassing performance.
Oh, so bad. So what I think needs to happen for this season, many fans are already writing it off, fairly so. I mean, you
not
can
to
see
blame
how
them.
many goals, almost 20 goals in the last
23, I think.
23
something
against.
crazy like that.
Yeah.
Just in the last games, 5, 6s. I mean, they're losing badly. So Griezmann won't fix all the problems.
No,
right?
no.
But what it does do is it kind of, brightens up the mood a little bit. And that's what the club has needed.
I think
Yes.
it elevates a little bit more. I do agree. I don't think he look. Let's be honest. I think the defensive side of things for this team is
That's
is
where
terribly
That's
bad.
that's
where
the,
it's just
the,
not
the Achilles.
It's not up to par.
It's one thing, and as Thierry Henry famously says, goals win you games, which is true. But also you putting a defensive outing also kind of helps wins your game as well. Speaking with Ricardo Moreira, who's their sporting director, because I spoke to him shortly after the Griezmann signing, and he did kind of allude to that, saying yes, Griezmann is coming, but we are looking at also bolstering the team in other parts of the field, and he needs to, because defensively the team has not been sharp. They still don't really have that much depth in that back line as far as it goes. Robin Janssen has been injured for most of the season.
Yes.
He's slowly coming back. But then you have Nolan Miller, who was a draft pick this past offseason. You really can't put that responsibility on a first-year professional. And he's been kind of learning on the fly and really kind of been thrown into the lines.
That is so difficult. That is so difficult because we talk about all the Brazilian youngsters as well. You start the season the way Orlando City have started it. You can't really expect anything from them because already the level is just so low. So to impact the team, they need that senior leadership.
Absolutely.
They need to hold on to something, which right now they have nothing to hold on to.
The morale is down. Griezmann can actually, lift that a little bit, but he's not the player that he used to be.
No.
Like we've seen in Atletico, he's not running like that. He has chances, especially because he's been playing Barcelona back and forward this past month. I've been watching the games, obviously. So he has had chances in front of the goal that Griezmann 2, 3, 4 years ago wouldn't have missed. And now he's missing. But, I mean...
I think he'll be huge for Orlando City, though. I think he's going to be probably the second biggest signing behind Kaká in club history.
I think so.
I think that's pretty... You can't really argue against
I'm curious to see what players come after him.
Yes.
Because there's always that tendency when star players come, they
bring more.
They call their friends, hey, you want to come play with me?
Sure.
We saw it with Messi. He brought basically the old Barcelona card with him. And Thierry Henry brought Rafa Marquez back in the day when he was at Red Bull New York. And obviously, but I'm just curious to see how that. But, then you start asking the question, would you rather see more star players that benefit you short term? Or would you rather see some players, that kind of hit the, that are great, have that potential, but long-term benefit the team? I think that's going to be something that, the team is going to have to figure out. Ricardo Moreira is going to have to figure out.
Yeah.
He has told me in the past that his vision is medium to long-term as far as getting the success the team wants to get. But, we're talking about a fan base that sometimes is not too patient when it comes to waiting for results.
And I think it's important to mention, Oscar Pereira by far is the most successful manager in Orlando City history. He won the Open Cup. That was a great night. I was there. I'm sure you were there as well. And so he reached that, and I feel like he reached the ceiling, right? He did what he could at this club.
Yes.
And fans have been calling for his head for quite some time now. Yeah. And it ultimately unraveled this year.
No, and I think he's proven a lot of the people that have been calling for his head wrong many times.
For sure.
And it's interesting because, I like to put this picture here. Prior to Orlando winning the Open Cup in 2022, the team was in a really bad run. And I remember that's when I first started seeing on social media Oscar out, Pareja out, and then Oscar answered with
the cup.
With an Open Cup.
Yeah.
Everyone was silent.
Yeah.
Then you go into 2023 where, again, they started the season really bad. I don't want to say that they had a winless run, but it was not the result they were looking for. Turned things around. They ended up finishing second in the Supporters Shield standings. Right. Oscar out was already quiet after that. 2024, again, started the season really, really slow, inconsistent results towards the summer and onward.
Heated up,
and they made the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
Those Oscar out calls, or again,
they were
quieted down. 2025 started the season really good, and then things just went downward spiral.
It's crazy how it all happened.
And then I honestly thought, I'm like, hey, Oscar's been able to turn things around before. He can probably do it again.
Yeah.
Only this time, I don't think he, as you mentioned, I think he really hit his ceiling when it comes. And I think a little bit of the factor goes into how this team was constructed in the offseason. And I think it left Oscar with a little bit of a sour taste as far as, I'm the coach. I want my team built this way. And it wasn't. And then mutually parting of ways came. And now we're seeing Orlando really at a crossroads when it comes to the season.
I agree with that.
We could be here all day, though.
We wish all day. But we wish nothing but the best to Orlando.
For sure.
Home club. And pretty much this is all we have for segment 2.
Yes.
And we're going to be ready to jump into segment 3 and play some World Cup bracket.
Let's do it.
How does that sound? Yep.
All right.
Let's go.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to our last segment 3, where we made it. We're gonna have some fun now. We're gonna be playing and making our own bracket for the FIFA World Cup 2026, taking place here in the US. You know,
North American
let's
World
jump.
Cup.
Let's just jump right into it. So we're gonna select the group stages.
Okay.
Whoever's gonna top it off, second. The best thirds actually go through.
That's
too.
right.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go by knockout stage. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
So let's start with Group A, which has Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czech Republic.
This was
What do you guys think?
This is interesting.
Obviously, the first game is going to be Mexico, South Africa in Mexico City.
Throwback to the 2010 World Cup.
Right, so literally the reverse game there. Nick Hernandez already chose Mexico first. Honestly, I agree. The way I see this group going, probably Mexico, South Korea second, Czech Republic, and South Africa. That's my group A.
I will put.
This is tough.
You think South Korea wins?
I don't want to lose my feelings. But okay, honestly, the way that Mexico has been playing, I will put South Korea first, Mexico second.
You know what? That's
third,
fair.
Czech Republic, and then South Africa as the last.
South Korea first, you think, Mike?
No.
Oh, you also think
Okay,
Mexico?
you're the tiebreaker.
Whoa, I didn't say Mexico either. But I mean, Mexico has been pretty. They've been showing some promise, at least from what I saw in the last window. But Czech Republic, I mean, we're talking about a European team.
Yes, of course.
I'm gonna go one Mexico,
Okay.
just because they are the hosts.
Okay.
And
I think that makes a big difference
I think
for
that
them.
can make a huge
Yeah.
difference.
I
And
agree
I
with
honestly
that.
think probably South Korea
Okay.
could put in a as a 2, with Czech Republic third
I agree.
and South Africa
Yeah,
fourth.
that's right with that.
Wonderful.
I like that agreement.
We can
All
move
right,
on.
Group B: Canada, Bosnia,
Beating Italy.
beating Italy,
Oh my goodness! No World Cup for Italy again. That's insane.
Qatar, and Switzerland.
I think
Now-
this one is more clear cut.
Yes, I mean I have Switzerland taking
Yeah,
number
for
one
sure,
spot,
for
and
sure.
then this one's a tough one because it can be either Bosnia or Canada. Qatar, we know they're gonna go back to their country. And they can go and take care about like all the stadiums they built and they're not using anymore, you know. But yeah, Switzerland. I'm gonna go with Canada because
Canada
you
second.
know they're
I like
also
Canada
hosting, then Bosnia and then Qatar.
I like that from
I
you, sir.
guys
I
think?
like that.
I like that. I agree.
I think Bosnia is way too dependent on eating Dzeko.
Yes.
I think I don't think that's.
I mean,
gonna
he's
go.
was
not
a-
he's not the Dzeko that
No.
he used to be.
Well,
you know?
I saw
But,
an
like,
interesting stat going into the Italy game. In the World Cup qualifiers, Bosnia had about 80 goals scored, and half of them were scored by Edin
Wow.
Dzeko. So they're
It's
way overly
insane.
dependent on
Great
Dzeko.
player, by the way.
Wow,
Great
still
player.
going.
Still going. 40 years old and still going.
It was an ugly game against Italy. Bosnia's
Bosnia third?
Bosnia third.
Hey, perfect.
Ugly game against Italy. They got it. They got it though on penalties. So,
Yeah.
man, but yeah, I like that
Alrighty.
group.
Let's jump into Group C: Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland.
Oh, this is gonna be easy.
Brazil, I mean, are gonna
Brazil is gonna top
they're
it
gonna
off. I agree
sweep
with
the
that.
floor.
Yeah.
You know, Morocco is going to be a great game. Brazil-Morocco is going to be a
Yes.
fantastic game. Scotland as well. McTominay. You know, they
McTominay,
have a couple
Parrot.
pieces. McGinn as well from
Yeah,
Villa.
again.
I'm really looking forward to that game too. But I think the only thing we have to switch here is Scotland in third. But I think it's going to be Brazil-Morocco, Scotland.
Yes, I agree
agree.
with that. It's a consensus.
Yeah,
There you go.
honestly,
Haiti, I shout out to you guys to make
First
it to the
World
World
Cup? Yeah, for
First World
sure.
Cup,
It's kind of feel
and
bad for Morocco because they just got the African Cup of Nations pulled from them, right?
they got it pulled from them. They got their manager's no longer there. He'd
Yeah.
been there forever.
a
So
lot of things happening in that federation.
the only surprise I can see here is maybe Scotland
Getting the second. Yeah.
squeezing
Yep.
into second
Yeah.
place. But Brazil win that group
Yeah.
easy, I think.
All right, now we jump into the Group D.
I think it's a group of
The
death.
U.S., Paraguay,
Oh,
Australia,
boy.
and Turkey. What are we thinking, guys? This is a tough group. I already have my choice, though.
Santi, go for it. I want to hear
All
it.
right, it's gonna top. Well, I'm being biased in this. You know, I'm always going for my South Americans. I'm gonna say Paraguay is gonna top it off.
Ooh.
Turkey is gonna get the second, and then United States and Australia is gonna be the last one.
Oh, and that will be Pochettino's last time he coaches the team too.
Yeah, you're so right.
Mike, I don't know about you, but Turkey aren't great.
Yeah, they're not really.
Turkey aren't great. This group isn't great.
Yes.
To be honest with you, you guys know how I feel about
Yeah.
the U.S. I'm not at all riding this wave of, we're going to win the World Cup. It's at home. No.
No. Just chill,
Pipe
chill.
down, people.
Yeah.
Turkey first, U.S., Paraguay, Australia.
What do you say,
I'm not
Mike?
confident with that at all.
What do you say, Mike?
I'm gonna say
Is there a world where the U.S. tops this group?
I just-
don't see
I don't
it.
see it.
By their
I don't.
last
Yeah, I don't.
performances.
I don't
I
really
don't
see
see
it.
it, man.
I'm gonna look, I'm gonna go with who I see topping the group. I honestly think Turkey can top the group,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna just give the U.S. second, Paraguay, and then Australia.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah, that's how I see it
That's the only
going.
way I see it going.
Okay.
But as Edgar was saying, I don't see the U.S. making a deep run in the World Cup.
I
I
don't.
mean, football's full of surprises, but
Yeah.
and if I'm surprised, then great. I'm
Exactly.
Gonna,
Hey,
I'll
all for it.
I'll keep the party going.
All
but,
for it.
Turkey wins this group.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Turkey, then U.S., Paraguay, and Australia.
I hope Paraguay make it, though. I hope they make
They're
it as
gonna
one
make
of the
it.
best
Trust
thirds.
me. You guys are gonna see it and then rewatch the episode. Trust me. Trust me.
Oh,
All right, Group
man.
B: Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador.
Germany can be very, very happy with this group.
Yeah, Germany's topping it off for me.
Yeah.
Germany. Then
Ecuador for me.
Ecuador for me. Yeah, Ecuador,
They-
Ivory Coast, and Curacao for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Ecuador. The only issue that I see in Ecuador is the attack aspect of it. You know, they have William Pacho, they have Piero Hincapié, they have Pervis Estupiñán.
Yes.
Key players in the back
Good
line.
players.
Yeah.
Good
Moises
players.
Caicedo in
That's
the
right.
middle. But when you look at the attack side of it, there's not much things to do. You know?
Yeah.
But I
Let's
think
keep it
that's
moving
gonna
then.
be that's
Ecuador
gonna
had
be.
a great qualification in the
Yes,
CONMEBOL
yeah.
as well, by the way. But
Alrighty, Group F: Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia.
ooh.
All right, we all know who's gonna top it off, right?
I'm gonna go with Netherlands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Netherlands, and then Sweden and Japan. I want to give my vote to Japan though.
Wow.
That's me. Sweden just came out from the European playoffs, so
Yeah, but they have Victor Gyökeres leading the line. He's going to score golazos all World Cup long. Sweden's going to finish second, and that's how it
Yeah.
goes. No. But Japan is great. Japan is a good team.
Japan has really good chemistry and really good key players too.
I like Japan.
I'm gonna give second to Sweden, but in third to Japan. But I could see one of those two
Yeah.
teams
like
either.
sweeping, like
you know,
that's
they're gonna
what.
be
Honestly-
battling for that second.
Yeah,
This is a group where I can see it going multiple ways. I mean, yeah, Netherlands are the favorite to win it, but I agree with you. Probably Sweden, just edging it
just
out from
edging
from
it a
Japan.
little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, that's right with it. Now, Group G: Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. I think it pretty much is a no-brainer, kind of.
Yeah, Belgium again.
Yeah.
This is kind of like a
Belgium,
Germany
yeah.
situation,
So
a Brazil
Belgium,
situation.
Egypt, then New Zealand, and then lastly
agree.
Iran.
I agree. That's an easy one.
That still they say that they're gonna go, that they might not go. Gianni Infantino
yeah.
is saying
Yeah,
that
we're-
they're
that's gonna be
going.
interesting.
Maybe if Iran doesn't go, they give Guatemala a chance and they just slide them into.
Okay, okay.
that, you know?
I like that. I like
Where you
that.
laughing at, Nick?
You're-
Where you laughing at?
Alrighty, Group H: Spain, Cape Verde,
Oh.
Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. Easy. Spain,
Spain are my
Uruguay.
favorites. Spain, I think.
And
yeah.
then the third
Saudi,
spot,
Cape Verde.
Saudi and
Yeah.
Cape Verde. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see that going any other way. Cape Verde
Saudi.
again, fantastic. Congratulations making your first World Cup, but
I don't know why I didn't select
oh,
Oh, there we go.
there it
There we
is.
go.
There it
Perfect.
is.
All right, Group A: France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. That's a pretty good group, though.
Apart from Iraq, which they won't be able
It would
to
have been
compete.
Bolivia if they would have made it, but come on, Bolivia.
They had
Oh
Senegal
my
at one
God.
at first.
But yeah, no, you know,
Man, Norway, one of those dark horses for
Yes.
me. You know, Ødegaard, Holland, the list goes on. But I think France and Senegal. Honestly, Norway has been out of the World Cup for so long.
but they got a really good generation. You got Haaland,
Yeah.
you
No,
got
for sure,
Sorloth,
for
you
sure,
got
hey.
Odegaard.
I will argue. I see France first, and I think Norway can finish second because I think I always go back to the 2014 World Cup where James Rodriguez was able to. I mean, no one knew really about him
Yeah.
until he showed out. I
Interesting.
think this World Cup,
It's gonna be
Holland,
that.
it's gonna be Holland where he's gonna show up
Go
and,
for it.
and
Yeah,
go for
yeah.
it.
Go for it.
Maybe he's not having the
Yeah.
best Premier League season right now, but summer
Yeah, I like
is
that.
the opportunity.
That's
to
going to be a
turn
good
like
group.
that.
That's
It's
going
gonna
to
be a really good
Yeah,
group
France is going to be
games.
tested early.
No, France is gonna pass go like easy, dude. Trust me. Group J:
Oh my gosh, man.
Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. I mean, we know the number one spot, but my discussion in here will be the second spot that I'm gonna give it to Algeria.
Really?
That's my pick. They have really good players playing in Europe.
Mahrez going to the World Cup?
Mahrez is gonna go to the
Mahrez.
World Cup, and
Yeah.
then I'm forgetting the name of the full, left back for Manchester City. He's Algerian. He's been playing in Champions
Nuri?
League. El Nuri, I
Yeah?
believe. I believe he's Algerian. Yeah, I'm gonna give my vote to Algeria.
Okay.
I mean Jordan.
I think, honestly, for me, Austria goes second.
Okay.
I don't know about you, Mike. Austria,
Mm.
again, a mid-level European team. I think that game, Austria do edge out Algeria, but that's what I have to say, Mike.
Yeah, it's gonna be like how I was saying with Japan and Sweden. They were switching back and
They
forth.
can switch back.
I think
and forth.
Algeria and Austria are gonna be going there. So just to keep it moving, I'm gonna say Algeria's I'm gonna say Austria second,
Okay.
Algeria third. But there's that possibility.
Jordan.
Yeah, it's going to be
Perfect,
close. It's going to be close.
All right. Then Group
Wow.
K: Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, and my home country, Colombia.
I think this is the clearest 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4 we have.
Yeah.
Man, Portugal, Colombia, by the way, the most highly requested game in terms of
In
tickets for the
Miami's
World
gonna
Cup.
be
Miami's
Oh
gonna
my
be insane. We're gonna be
goodness.
playing local. I mean, you guys saw it in Orlando. It was
All yellow.
All yellow.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Colombia's we were everywhere. If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said Colombia could have topped the group, but like the way they're playing,
Yeah.
and there's some issues happening with the federation and the president again. They had like some stuff happening in a restaurant here in Orlando that it's not good for the
Oh, wow.
federation,
Wow.
you know? So Portugal, Colombia, Congo, and Uzbekistan is my pick.
I think, I mean, that third and fourth is going to be interesting. Probably Uzbekistan ahead. I have no basis for that.
Yeah.
They have the city center back, Kusanov.
Kusanov
obviously.
is the Kusanov. Yeah.
I think Uzbekistan third.
Yeah, Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, and then Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah, I agree.
Fourth.
And then last group, Group L, England, Croatia, Ghana, and
This
Panama.
could be a good group.
This gives me 2014 vibes with
Yep.
England.
Yep.
Obviously, England didn't make it out of that group, had Panama in it. I think England
Okay.
is very strong. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what Tuchel is doing with them.
They
So,
needed that. They needed that. So yeah, England. That the way it is,
So I
I think it's the way it's gonna
honestly,
be.
yeah.
The way it is, yeah.
Maybe Panama spring a surprise here and there. Maybe
don't know.
Ghana, we'll see.
I like the way it is just
Yeah.
because Panama struggled a lot in CONCACAF
did.
World Cup
They
qualifiers.
did.
Ghana's just Ghana. They always have a really good
Especially
World
for
Cup.
the World Cup, yes.
And then Croatia's just. Croatia's just Croatia. They are just a
you
strong team.
cannot-
We saw it
yeah,
against
you-
Colombia
yeah,
here in Orlando.
absolutely.
And Brazil.
in
I was there for the
Brazil.
Brazil game, you know. It wasn't the greatest performance from them, but they were always in it. They were
Yes.
always there.
All right, so
best third
these are the
place.
best thirds. We're gonna have to select 8 out of them. Who are gonna be the best ones?
So essentially, with the World Cup, even if you finish in third, you're not out.
Yeah.
Man, that is.
Yeah.
So here's
best
what we
thirds-
can do. Let's eliminate the worst four.
Okay.
Let's eliminate the worst four. I think
Okay.
Uzbekistan
Uzbekistan
won't
out.
be.
New Zealand out.
probably.
Saudi, yeah.
Probably out.
And then we
would you
have
say?
one more.
I think Bosnia.
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 out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of them. Okay. So we'll go Czech, Ivory Coast, Senegal. We'll go that first row. Nick, if you want to select those. So Czech Republic, Ivory Coast,
And
Senegal,
Senegal.
Japan.
Japan, Algeria.
Yep. We can go with those. Scotland, I think, make it
Scotland.
through.
Paraguay, and
Paraguay,
Ghana.
Ghana. Yeah. Yep.
And then Algeria.
Algeria as well.
Yeah,
I agree
like
with that.
All
I
right,
agree with
let's
that. I
go
like
with the
that.
bracket. All right.
Let's see. All
Germany against Paraguay.
Let's speed run this. I think Germany.
No brainer. Germany.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
France against Japan.
France.
France. South Korea, Canada. I'm giving it to South Korea. Though.
Sure.
All right. Netherlands, Morocco.
I think Netherlands.
Netherlands passing through.
It's gonna be a good one. though.
Brazil, Sweden.
I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think Brazil.
Brazil. Yeah. Hopefully they take Neymar though. I want him to take
I
Neymar.
don't think he's going. I don't think
Ecuador
he's going.
against Norway. That's gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be a
That's gonna be a
fantastic
game.
game as well. But
I
I'm
Norway.
riding the Norway wave.
Yeah.
I think
Norway.
I think they
agree.
may
I
be a
like
dark
Norway
horse.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna
agree
go
with that.
Norway.
Yeah.
Perfect. Mexico, Scotland. Oof.
I'm
And
gonna
Mexico
go,
City.
I'm
In
gonna
Yeah,
Mexico
say
City.
Mexico, let's go
Mexico.
Mexico.
Let's go with
Yeah,
Mexico.
yeah,
Mexico.
It's gonna be a Azteca, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
England,
Mexico,
Senegal. England.
England.
For sure. But again,
Again,
that's a
Colombia,
great
Croatia,
game.
though.
Oof.
Wow. In Toronto.
I would say Colombia because I know a lot of Colombians that live in Canada.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
apparently, there's a
gonna
really
be a
good
home.
Colombian
Yeah.
community in Toronto.
I mean, I'm telling you, dude, we're everywhere.
I believe it. And Croatia, of course, an older, an older
generation.
team now.
And considering they met, or if that is the let's say the round of 32 matchup, and considering they already played
They already
in Orlando. Yeah, I'm sorry. I may be backtracking this. I think Croatia may actually take this. I'm sorry,
Oh
Santiago.
no, Santi,
It's
you're
okay,
out.
though. I mean, I obviously taken them. I think that this pre-match was like they're not taking that serious, and that's one of the main points that the second half players that were basically
Okay.
just not running. But I mean, anything can happen. It's football. I mean, I'm taking Colombia all the way.
Let's give him Colombia. Let's give him Colombia.
Colombia.
Let's give him
Alright,
Colombia.
Yeah. Spain,
Wow.
of course, against Austria.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Wow, so many games. man.
Turkey against Ivory Coast.
Ooh, I think Turkey.
Yeah.
I think Turkey.
Yeah.
Ivory Coast haven't been the team they used to be. I think Belgium beat Czech
Belgium,
Republic.
I think Belgium's gonna go through. Okay,
In Miami, imagine
Clásico.
this
Miami, Argentina contra Uruguay.
Oh man, that's
That-
gonna be.
and that's gonna
Blue
be
and
like
white.
it's gonna be really possible. It's gonna happen. I can say
that
it's gonna
would be
happen.
Wow.
a marquee.
Oh
I mean,
my goodness.
I'll be really good.
Man, the choripanes are gonna be sounding like crazy over there.
I
Yeah.
think Argentina.
I mean
though.
Argentina.
I think
You got the
Argentina.
goat on
I
that
don't know.
team.
We can go with Argentina, but I honestly think
I
Uruguay.
see your point.
Yeah, I do
I
agree.
see your point.
I see it as
Uruguay in
well.
the knockout stages, they're not the best team, but they can,
And
get that
Argentina
garra out.
just came out of a really bad run because I remember Scaloni was kind of ripping his team
That's
apart.
right,
Like,
that's
hey,
right.
Vacation's over. We need to
That's
get
right,
into
yeah.
World Cup
Yeah.
mode. So
All right, United States, Egypt.
Wow, we gave the U.S.
this is in Dallas, right?
We gave
Yeah.
the U.S.
On
a
July
favorable
3rd.
draw.
I want to say Egypt.
I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm gonna go with the U.S.
Yeah, I'll go with
Yeah,
the
okay,
U.S.
yes.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think we.
play local.
I
Play
think,
local.
I think we beat
yeah.
Egypt. If we
Alright.
don't beat Egypt, then scrap the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, Switzerland against Algeria
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yeah, and, then
and
Portugal
Portugal
go through.
going
Yep.
through.
In Kansas City, which could have been a destination for
All right,
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Perfect.
Wow.
So
Germany against France.
Oh my-
in the
What
round
a
of 16?
game. Yeah,
that's
in
too
Philly,
soon.
playing in Philly.
I think France.
France is
France.
going through.
I
yeah.
think France.
South Korea, Netherlands. Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Give me Netherlands.
Brazil, Norway.
Oh, no.
I think this could be the match of the tournament right
Yes,
here. I think so.
agree
By
with
far.
that.
By far.
Look, I work with a ton of Brazilians. They are not that optimistic this World
No,
Cup.
neither
the
am
thing
I.
is, the thing is, I also have a lot of Brazilian friends.
Yeah.
I don't think they're ever optimistic about their national team.
Okay, that might be the key why they always win. When you have no expectation,
Yeah.
whatever happens
I
is
think
good.
the standard with amongst Brazilians is way too high.
World Cup or bust.
You know,
every
so it's
time,
like,
yes.
so I can understand why
Yeah.
they're always underwhelming with
I
their
agree,
team.
yeah,
but
yeah.
Okay, I want to give it to Norway in here. I'm gonna take that risk. I
Oh.
don't, Brazil.
you play
I
a
think,
risky game. There,
I think
Santiago.
Brazil. I don't know. I think Brazil has not been playing good. I think Brazil needs Neymar leadership in that team.
Wow.
Even though he's not gonna play a lot of games, Beanie never shows up for the country.
You know what? I'm willing to give it to Norway.
I'm going to give it to Norway.
Let's
yeah,
go
let's
for it.
go.
Norway's
Let's
my
go.
dark horse.
That's
of this
our
tournament.
wild
horse.
card
Yeah,
pick.
dark horse.
But they're my dark horse, and then when they slay Brazil, everyone's gonna be like,
We said it here first.
Yeah.
We said it here first. Let's
Save
keep going.
this clip. England passing. No,
No.
Go back. Go back.
I'm sorry, Nick Hernandez. It ends here.
It ends in
It
there
ends
in Mexico
there.
City, sadly for Mexico against England.
Wow, and
Like
Mexico
Colombia,
City
Spain,
too.
it ends for me
Oh,
as
man.
well. Yeah,
Oh,
Spain's
man.
passing.
Hat trick
No,
right there.
Spain,
Yeah.
Spain go through.
The
Belgium go
Mohicans
through.
are gonna
think
go
Belgium goes
crazy
through
with
there.
it. I mean,
This,
oh my god.
this game will be at least
Oh man.
8-0.
probably 9.
Mm.
Probably 9.
Oh man, no. That
Yeah.
would be a brutal way to end the World
You know
Cup.
what?
in the
You
US.
know what? You know what?
No,
Considering,
no, Mike.
no, because we think about it, every time a World Cup title holder goes into the World Cup, the next World Cup, they
that's true.
they
The
do
World Cup
terribly
curse.
bad, and I think Argentina might get hit with this curse, and I think that alone right there is going to give the U.S.
Oh my God.
the win against Argentina in Atlanta
Oh
on July
my
7th.
I
God.
think that I agree with you, but that could happen in the previous match against Uruguay. I think that would be more likely.
Real? Oh, okay, that's a good
So
point.
Uruguay will pass through and then face the U.S. probably. That would be a more possible scenario in my mind.
Wow, that's a great point. you bring
But that's
up.
a great point because
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, they might break the curse, but you said it. They're not in a great.
I mean,
shape
France
so
broke the
far.
curse in the last World Cup.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. They made
went
it to the final again. Yeah,
But
yeah.
Argentina has not been playing so convincing.
No.
That leads me to think that they're going to go off and make a deep run.
Alyssa can't
But
believe
Alyssa
the
you.
can't
US
believe
either, But
it.
the U.S. either. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the
Yeah.
American Patriot side of
Yeah.
me that's going to root for the U.S. But I'm not discounting. But, if Argentina wins, then it's because obviously it's
For sure,
Argentina. you
for
know?
sure.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna.
Let's
give
go
it-
Argentina. Let's go Argentina.
yeah.
We have a couple minutes.
Argentina through because
Yeah,
Yeah,
Portugal.
Portugal
Oh
are-
my
yeah.
goodness.
And Portugal.
All
I
right,
think Portugal is going
Let's go
through.
quarters.
France,
Wow,
Netherlands.
France.
Oh my god.
I give
I'm
it to
going
France.
to France.
I'm
yeah,
going to
I'm
France.
going
I
France.
give it to France. I give it to
Going
Spain.
Spain.
Norway, England.
I'm going to
That's
go
a
Norway
great-
again.
I will go Norway again too. I
Look,
like that.
I was on the England hype train in 2022. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Honestly, not anymore. We're
And
going
Argentina
Norway.
against Portugal.
Imagine.
That would be the match of
Imagine of the
tournament.
century.
Yes. Wow. Kansas City.
Bro.
I'm gonna go Portugal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Portugal.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say
I'm sorry,
Argentina,
Alyssa.
but
Look,
it's
I'm
still
not,
sorry,
getting
I'm
Alyssa.
not looking at Cristiano Ronaldo because
It's the squad.
It's the squad.
In
Bernardo Silva, Nuno Mendes.
The back, no, the whole back, like you got Joao Neves, Vitinha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Vitinha.
Wow, what a player.
And then in front row, you have also Trincao, which is doing an amazing season
Yeah.
with Sporting Lisbon.
yeah.
Great team.
I think
I'm
it ends here
biased,
for
I'm biased
Argentina. I
because
think
of
it-
and I
Messi,
think
but-
Portugal's going to be playing for so much, considering what happened last year with Diogo
Yeah.
Jota.
Yeah.
that
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
gonna be
they-
riding,
yeah.
You know,
That's
they're
a
going to
good
try to win
point,
this
too.
World
That's a
Cup
good
for
point.
him.
That's a good
Yes,
point. Go
so-
Argentina.
Sorry,
Go
Messi.
Argentina. Yeah, sorry, Messi. Sorry, Alyssa. France, Spain.
Yeah.
We have Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal. Yeah, yeah.
France, Spain. At Lamin, papi.
A la
Yeah,
madre.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Spain?
I'm thinking Lamin again.
Spain
bro.
is my favorite for the World Cup, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna
mine
ride
too.
with Spain.
I'm going to go with Spain.
I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Spain, and then we're going Portugal.
I'm going to go with Portugal.
Yeah.
I think they make it to the final.
Yeah.
I think. Look, obviously I see where we're going with Portugal to the final, and then with Portugal and Spain. Let's just go to the next one.
Yeah. Let's go. All right. So Portugal. I think France finished third.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Spain won the World Cup. Done.
I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Jersey.
with Portugal.
Oh no
I'm
way!
gonna go with Portugal.
No
The only
way,
reason
bro.
why is because if we saw how Messi had a storybook ending with him winning the World Cup.
Oh my
and
gosh!
That's
and
a
then
good
they tied.
It'll
point.
only be fitting for Cristiano to finish his
Yeah.
career
And then-
as a World Cup
my
champion.
God. If that happens, honestly, this World Cup might be the best ever.
Yeah.
I mean,
mean-
considering how we saw everything kind of play out, I think we are going to see probably the best
Wow.
World Cup.
Yeah,
ever.
we're gonna
Am I
see
a
some
fan of the
really
48
good-
teams? No, but you know,
I agree. I thought they found the perfect number in Qatar. Now they expanded it. Obviously, more games on the front end. But if we get this,
You got really good matches early on in the stages.
yeah.
As well.
yeah,
So,
like round of 16,
I
France,
mean,
Germany.
my winner. It's also Spain. I've
Yeah.
also been on the
But
Spain.
I love
boat.
your
But
pick.
you have a really great.
Yeah, I love
point on
that pick.
Plus the Diego Jota aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's
Give
more
it to
raw.
Portugal. Spain are my favorites, but Mike's
Mike's
me.
here. He's the guest. Give it to
Mike
Portugal.
convinced me. He did.
Portugal
Wow.
tomorrow,
Oh, I
right?
wish
That's
that happens.
Hey, that's a pretty good finish right there.
I wish
First,
that
second,
happens.
Third, fourth. Norway,
All
the
European
dark horse.
teams.
Well, guys, I have to go on bets. I have to run off to bets.
Alrighty, well that was everything
Mike,
we had
It
today.
was a pleasure.
Thank you,
my friend.
Edgar,
It was a pleasure,
for
my
coming
friend. Yes,
and
absolutely.
being
Anytime.
our emergency
Yes.
co-host. And thank you, Mike, so much for coming up and being in this particular segment that I hope you enjoy.
Appreciate the invite, guys. Let's have fun this World Cup.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, thank you everyone for watching. Stay awake, stay tuned for next week's episode, and thank you for watching HTFC.